Well, good morning. It is day 11. Hard to believe we've been out for almost 2 weeks. We had a really nice night here at the Green Hippie Hostel. We came in kind of early afternoon, had plenty of time to get our gear all dry, get washed up, and do all the good kind of town things, even though we're out in the country, as you can hear from all the roosters who for some reason decided they needed to do their rooster thing all night long. So we heard them a lot. There are cats, there are just all kinds of critters here, which is really neat. And Daniel, the owner, Daniel and Ruth, they're wonderful people, and he is the chef, and he brought us an omelet made with farm fresh eggs this morning and cheese and fresh tomatoes. It was an amazing breakfast, and we're going to be heading out here to hike in just a little bit. We're looking forward to a good day. We've got 5 days to go to get to Georgia, and it seems like in one way this trip is going by way too fast. In another way, we are eager to get to Georgia and just pass that milestone. So we've got several days of hiking planned out already. Had to regroup a little bit since we shortened our day by about 5 miles yesterday. So we got that all sorted out and probably be doing roughly 13 to 14 mile days for the next 4 or 5 days. And I hear the terrain is going to be more rocky in certain places. It'll be interesting just to see it as it comes, but looks like it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Rain this weekend, so hopefully we won't get drenched again, but that's just part of being on the trail. So anyway, for today, it's nice and sunny up there, looking like it's going to be gorgeous, and we are just ready to roll, ready to start hiking. And we're off. The trail was super crazy for the first mile and a half that we did in our first hour, so more speed than normal. And then we crossed the road and came downhill and found this cave.
Doesn't go far back, but
yeah,
you could get some cozy up in there.
Yeah, good place to shelter, I guess. I don't think I need to go in there though. There's a nice little spring here, just below the cave. It would actually make a nice little spot to camp if you needed to. Well, the cave was pretty cool. I'm not a real big cave person, but it didn't go too far back, so I wasn't too creeped out about what might be living in there and pop out and startle me. But just the same, I don't think that you'd find me camping there unless it was an emergency situation. And we just had a nice little break and looked, and we've got 10.5 miles to the shelter that we're staying at tonight. So it's only 9:45 in the morning. We're doing great, and we're just going to take our time, get there when we get there. If it's 6 o'clock, that's fine. If it's 3 o'clock, that's fine too. So just going to savor the day and the opportunity to be out here on the trail. Hold your nose. Oh man, it's not even 10 o'clock. I took a shower this morning and I still smell like a thru hiker already. It's just, it's humid out. Not super hot, just humid. And I'm sweating a lot. And yeah, not smelling so good. So count yourself lucky that you're not getting a whiff of this action here. I just stopped to check the weather. It didn't give me the humidity, but it says it's 73 right now. It feels a lot warmer. And the high today is going to be in the mid 80s. So not a cool spring day. It's beginning of May and we're heading into summer for sure. I just saw a squirrel. It ran up that tree. I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but we have not seen much wildlife at all. I think that might be maybe my second squirrel of the whole trip. We did see a deer this morning, but it was running across the road as we were on our ride back to the trail, so that doesn't even really count as trail wildlife. But I am hopeful that as we get a little bit further north, we'll probably start seeing some more wildlife and maybe even some bears. There aren't any in southern Alabama, and someone was telling us that they don't really live in Alabama. They just kind of pass through between Georgia and Mississippi, which I thought was interesting. But when we get into North Georgia, there might be a few out there. We're coming out of the woods for a minute. And we are going to cross Highway 281 on this bridge that's got its own blue places.
I thought it was like a sculpture.
I did too. I don't know if you can see past the blue blaze. There's a little creature that Gunslinger's like, with the bear. And I looked at it, it sure does look like a bear. There's a fun word to say. Chocoloco. Chocoloco. Yeah, it's still smoky. They just did a prescribed burn in this area just a few days ago. Still burning.
We're not supposed to.
Yeah. I guess they figure they burn enough on the ground that it's not going to go anywhere, but kind of scary. I don't think Gunslinger nor I realized how much burn area was going to be ahead, because we'd heard that the burn was on the Heflin Spur, which we are not hiking, but we crossed where that trailhead is and continued on up on the Pinhoti. And yeah, lots of burn. We're getting a little bit out of it now, but we really needed to stop for a lunch break. So we stopped on the trail back there where it looked like they'd burned a while back. And it was pretty hot and exposed. We got a little bit of shade, a little bit of view. This is more shade than we had at lunch, but we're going to forge ahead. Got about 7 miles to go. Hopefully find some water pretty soon. And yeah, pretty chill day so far. The water has been kind of elusive this afternoon, but we just finally found something that had a nice little break by a stream that was cool and refreshing and cameled up. We got a little less than 6 miles to go, and I hear that up ahead there are some ledges that we walk across, which can sometimes be a little nerve-wracking, or they can just be plain beautiful if they're nice and wide. You don't want to get too close to the edge of the ledge. So anyway, but apparently they've got a beautiful view. And I hear there's even camping and a bench up there. So that'll be a nice little place to take one more break before we head to our shelter for the night. So I guess these are the ledges that I heard about. It's kind of funny sometimes because you use your framework of things you've experienced in the past to determine what you might see in the future. So I was using an AT framework to interpret what they meant by ledges. And this is a lot different. Not nerve-wracking at all, but quite a lovely view. And this is a very nice bench. My friend 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬 recommended it. However, it's pretty darn hot right now. The sun's beating down. It's early afternoon, so I'm going to take a spot over here in the shade and enjoy the view from there. So we just hiked through Chia State Park, and it is right there. That is Chia Mountain, which is the high point in the state of Alabama. Hey, little guy. Oh, he's shy. All right, that says Lower Shoals Shelter is only 4 miles away. That's my destination for the night. It's just after 2 p.m., so it'll be kind of an early night, but we've definitely been taking our time today, enjoying and also trying to stay cool. It's getting pretty darn hot. So if you're thinking about doing this trail, I would kind of recommend doing it earlier in the year, maybe February. Could be a little chilly. March, early April might be good times. May, June, summer months, probably going to be brutally hot and humid. Look what we found! There's the Lower Shoals shelter. Got a creek on 3 sides and a waterfall. Can't wait to put my feet in that water. I've got some company. I will never understand why people do this. It is so disrespectful to nature and your fellow humans.